Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast. Track 1, Kill Jay-Z, the first track of Jay-Z's 4 for 4, now featuring the double stack. 7+.
5.
Oh, come on. See? It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night, folks. This is okay. All right. Okay.
Lay out your case.
I got you. Oh, I got you. Here we go. All right. So the concept is the persona he's crafted throughout his career, you know, his worst impulses, tendencies, propensities, proclivities, they all had to die, right? Okay, straightforward, fair enough. Hashtag evolution, hashtag growth, hashtag maturity. That's the narrative of this album, after all, right? You know, Mr. You know, I woke up at 4:44, you know, and I had a drink of water because, you know, I was parched. And I thought, wow, I came a long way, you know, from jerseys to a fresh pair of jeans and a button up, you know, to this. I should make an album about it. And B was asleep, so I couldn't run it by us. So I just took a microphone and I called No ID and we started. You know, that's what's going on here, right? But let's be fair, okay? Because I know you're going to get to this. This is a cult of personality record, though, for sure. Much like Drake, a lot of your potential enjoyment of Jay-Z's, I would say, late career work rests on how invested you are in his story. True or false?
True and false, because here's the thing. This is what I was alluding to earlier. I'm a big Jay-Z fan.
Right.
Big Jay-Z fan. And I mean, I'm a big Jay-Z fan to the point where when I used to go to Fat Beats, the record store in New York, when I used to go there, I would take the train from Long Island on the weekends and go to Fat Beats. And
I'm going to give you a chance to correct your language.
I'm sorry?
That's problematic. Come on. What is 2020, man? Like, Fat Beats? Are you serious? You're fat shaming?
Come on, man.
Continue.
This fucking millennial. Anyway. So I would go to Fat Beats, and I remember like telling J57, who was working there at the time, like, yo, this Jay-Z, this Blueprint 2, bro, this shit's a classic. Even at 2 discs, this shit is feeling super classic to me.
Now that's controversial.
And what's crazy is they used to like clown me, not like clown me, but you know, like they would clown me and call me Blueprint 2.
They would call you Blueprint 2.
Yeah. When they see like, yo, Blueprint 2. For a while, until Late Registration came out. And I guess they thought it was funny. I thought that shit was classic too. So,
okay.
You know, then I became Late Registration for a while.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is that, like, I was a big Jay fan in high school. Big Jay fan. Like, I'm one of the biggest, probably.
Okay.
You know, but here's the thing. Like, I don't know how invested I am in his story. I think I was invested in his music because I'm growing up in New York.
To that point, would you say his?
I'm sorry.
Well, I would say to that point, would you say his earlier music wasn't as focused on his story as much as it was spinning tales from his story rather than just outright? I mean, yeah, he's been autobiographical before.
Yeah, but not to this extent that you see on this album. I agree with that there's like a little less focus on like his current day-to-day movements.
I mean, okay, so it's really his current life that you find to not really be ripe for rap fodder.
No, because I think it's like, number one, it's just so far removed from the average listener.
Okay, so he's a billionaire, married to Beyonce.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that at that point he ceases to have any validity as an artist. Like, you got to be like struggling to make good music or something. That's not it. But
hey, just saying, there's nothing there for you to to latch on to.
I never latched onto him as an aspirational figure. I latched onto him as one of the, like, growing up in New York, like, you know, I don't know if I said this on Conversations, but like, I vividly remember purchasing a bootleg CD outside of the Queens Center Mall on September 10th, 2001 of The Blueprint.
Mools outside the daggone place talking about
I'd
it.
buy it.
You'll buy it?
I'd buy it.
Okay.
I'd stand in line to go buy the motherfucker.
Yeah, I bought the bootleg, and I swear to you, I don't think that CD, the first Blueprint, left my CD player for like 10, 11 months. I was, listen, I was, though, especially around that time of like the Dynasty, the Blueprint 2, I was a super J fan.
I mean, look, Rockefeller is the Army, better yet the Navy, and we got.
Well, the thing is that I always like to point out, Jay was never the guy, you know, like.
Oh, look, they're not ready for that conversation.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like he never had a number one at this time. He wouldn't go on to do that until 2010 or 2009. So, you know, I just looked at him as like, to me, like a very influential figure. To me, like just as a musician, really. So I didn't care about like the business side of things, really. I just liked the music.
Oh, okay.
So right. I'd say yes and no, you know, yes and no, because yes, like I was heavily invested in his music, and like, dude, I bought a pair of sneakers to get a mixtape. You know, he put out that S. Carter mixtape, and you had to buy the pair of Reeboks to get it. And I bought the fucking Reeboks. So I'm just gonna get that out of the way now. Like, I'm like a big Jay-Z fan. A big Jay-Z fan. In fact, like I would say from Reasonable Doubt until Blueprint 2, he didn't miss for me once. And then the Black Album was where things started to change for me.
Okay. All right. So, well then, okay, because here's the focal point of this record on this album in particular, this intro track. He's talking about himself, which he's been prone to do throughout his career, which many rappers do. They talk about themselves. But at this particular junction, or juncture, I don't know. What is
juncture?
It? Yeah, juncture, that one. Juncture. Like puncture. At this particular puncture in his story, he's talking about Solange and Kanye and his daughter Blue and infidelity with Beyonce and past transgressions. You know, you stabbed over some records, right? So, and you're saying none of this is particularly moving to you.
Well, like for instance, like on this song when he talks about you stabbed over some records, like you addressed that on Blueprint 2. You said, yo, I scratched him. He went home without an aspirin, but it's over and we're cool and, you know, I'm back to being Hova or whatever he said. Like,
so you're not buying like the apologetic, remorseful thing.
No, because he wasn't like the way he framed it initially when he talked about it was just like, you know, like was overreacting basically. Like, okay, you know, it wasn't like he said I scratched him. So you're the narrator of your own story. 15 years ago, you told us you scratched him and he just went home without an aspirin and now it's all good anyway. You're cool.
Of course he's going to say he just scratched him. He's probably still under the statute of limitations. He's not going to say
but now he's saying you
gutted the man like a fish. You know?
And it's just not, but like, I don't know. To me, it's like dueling testimonies. Like, who am I to believe? Am I to believe this Jay-Z?
Well, interesting word you used there. Testimony. This is a testimonial. This is a confession booth record. Here's the thing. I get it. Because here's the thing. Who cares about this guy and his kids and his sisters-in-law and his friends, right? Like F celebrities, right? We don't know these guys. Well, listen, I'll tell you who cares. The people who've invested in his story because the art was meaningful to them. The art was meaningful to you once upon a time. And I'm sure they appreciate the callbacks and Easter eggs and addressing of certain things. Look, I'm not personally as invested in Jay's story as I am in other artists' stories. And I still think what he's doing is fine. It's necessary given the concept of this album. Now, that alone could be an issue for you because if you're not digging this concept, this whole album is probably...
I'm going to say this right now, and it's going to unfortunately have to be said a lot more times throughout this review.
Okay.
This is not Jay-Z.
Well, he's saying as much himself.
Yeah, and the thing is that this is not Jay-Z. It sounds like an insecure, feeble, weak man.
Oh, listen, man. Look,
this is not Jay-Z. This is not the Jay-Z I know. This would be like, I don't know. This would be like fucking Superman smoking cigarettes. Like, I don't know, man. This is not Jay-Z. And I guess that's what you're saying. Like, that's the point, is not Jay-Z. But,
and that's not to say you'd rather him go back to selling drugs or putting the do-rag on and being like cool.
No, I know.
I was trying to protect you from the potential criticism from my people, but all right, go ahead.
Listen, these days I'm going to get it from all sides. Your people, my people, every people, okay? But the fact of the matter is this ain't Jay-Z to me, and I'm a Jay-Z fan. This is like when Linkin Park stopped making the kind of rap rock hybrid music they made on their first 2 albums, and then they transitioned into more what would be described as like dad rock.
Okay.
Like this is like this is dad rap to me in a certain way.
Well, it is. He's a dad, and he's saying as much.
A lot of people are dads,
he's acknowledging
though.
That.
A lot of people are dads.
And so you could say, right, your hang up is that you'd rather him make better dad rap. He can't change where he is in life, and it's cool that he's acknowledging it, but at least make it more fruitful and entertaining.
No, I don't want him making dad rap at all. That's the thing.
I mean, but he's a dad. What's he gonna do?
Bro, so many.
So would you rather him just not rap then?
Dude, here's the thing. Your boy Drake is a dad. He doesn't seem like he's trying to make dad rap.
Adonis. Shout out to Adonis.
It differs from person to person, but like, some of your favorite rappers had kids when they were at the peak of their
Look,
like
Big
Lil Wayne,
Boy.
bro.
Big Boy had a kid. Wayne had
Wayne.
Was it named
in 2007 when Lil Wayne went on that tear? He had a kid, but he wasn't rapping like a cornball.
Well, he was young still.
He just still doesn't rap like a cornball.
Well, that's an argument in itself, because you could say, is that a detriment or is that a plus? Is that preserving?
Well, you could say, oh, well, he's like the old lady at the club still dressed up like a young woman, like, is it that? It's sad.
Whoa.
Is it sad because like, it's like, start dressing your age, quote unquote.
You're going to have people calling us misogynists.
I don't give a damn, bro. On this episode, I'm coming for all the smoke.
Talking about
all I gotta say.
In the slums.
I don't give a damn, bro. Pepsi bottle, Coca-Cola glass, okay?
Listen, here's the thing. I usually groan at all of his plugging of financial freedom and his kids' inheritance and fancy art pieces and all of his political maneuvering. True. But it's always going to be in how well you present it for me. And although it's specific to him, obviously, people can find ways to apply these things.
It's just like lives. He acts like he's like the first person to have a kid.
I mean,
is
he acting like that? Or is the narrative that people are thrusting upon the album making him sound like that?
No, anything, bro, the fact that it's such a focal point of the music to me is that he's sounding like that. Because it's like, bro, we get it. You have a kid now. Like, why you gotta rap about like kids in every bar, like every verse, every song?
Listen,
I'm not, bro. Evolution at the cost of what? At the cost of what?
At the cost of the Jigger Man. Now we got Sean Carter, Mr. Carter. Hey, Mr. Carter, tell me about your kid. All right. So like,
that's what's happening. He's telling us.
Look. This growth, his personal, journey, it's specific to him. It could be, off-putting. People could feel detached from it.
It's like you're telling us like growth, like I'm going through growth.
Well, that's what I was saying. #evolution, #growth, #maturity. Right. But here's the thing,
dude. I don't know, like why. I just don't. I can't. I don't feel like I can't resonate with like someone who's like like so growth centric, even, you know?
Here's the thing, though. People who are down for this are going to find ways to apply this to themselves. You know, the overarching message is you don't have to be Jay-Z to take away, you know, be better for your kids. That's one of the messages on this thing. Like, he's got blue. Look, we got yellows and greens and reds and magentas and cyans and blacks. You feel me? So we don't have blue, but we got all the other colors. Be better for your kids. That's one of the messages. Well, other messages. Don't fall victim to infidelity. Eric Benet. Don't never go Eric Benet. That's what he's telling us. It's cheesy, but that's one of the messages that someone can take away. You know, they should probably already know that by his age, but hey. And the last one. Don't be quick-tempered. Think about the big picture. Don't stab your respective over some records. You know? And that's what he hopes, I'm guessing he hopes we would take away from his hyper-specific tales.
Also, I don't like this beat. It's like this.
Bro, I'm digging the melodrama. I'm messing with the melodrama on here.
The beat is so skeletal, and this is unfortunately another thing I'm gonna have to bring up a bunch of times on this album. The beat sounds so like
we're gonna disagree a bunch of times.
These are not like not even close to being No ID's best beats. These are a lot of times he's going for a really obvious sample, and if he's not doing that, we're going with these super skeletal, almost halfway unfinished sounding beats. This is one of them.
Listen, I'll break it down further. Okay, so there are cheesy lines on here.
Cheesy lines on damn near every song in this fucking album.
Sure, but I picked out two specifically. I think Jay-Z is above certain lines. Like he's talking about, you know, you walked around like you were invincible, talking about himself. You dropped out of school, you lost your principles. Like, okay, principles. I mean, come on, you're Jay-Z. We can do better. And then, of course, he has his callback to the public service announcement line when he says, ego over your right shoulder. Your left is saying, finish your breakfast. Which he follows up with, you egg Solange on. It's like, yeah, we get it. You might as well throw in she scrambled my brain with them punches, or y'all thought it was a feud, but we got over it easy. You know? Like, you know, right. Breakfast, eggs. We get it, Jay. Come on, man. You're better than this. I know you're better than this. And I know in the same song, I think he's better than this. And he's like, what's up, Jay-Z? You know you owe the truth to all the youth that fell in love with Jay-Z. You know? That's the place he's coming from here. You know?
I don't want the truth.
Well, see, and that's where the disconnect is going to be for the rest of the album. And all I can do is respect it.
All I hear is a guy going, you want the truth? I'll tell you the truth. I'm so sorry for everything I've ever done. Oh, yeah, look, Jay, man. Here's the world's smallest violin, okay? Playing you a little concerto for your fucking problems, okay?
Play him a little controller, all right? You know, but
we'll get to that.
I'm gonna tell you,
we'll get to control, okay?
What I'm gonna tell you is this. I rock with the melodrama. I love the whole woe is me, they hate me and misunderstand me as a successful billionaire married to Beyonce. Because the thing is, to a degree, it's true. As many fair reasons as there are to question Jay-Z's intentions, there's also a good amount of half-baked narratives as to why you should question them. We see both on the timeline every day, do we not? You know, people hate Jay-Z for very bad reasons. They also have some legitimate reasons to question Jay-Z. With that said, I'm siding with the artist of the moment here. He's an artist. His art is his greatest weapon. It's his chance to speak for himself. Is this not his platform? You can call it theater, sure, but to me, it's effective theater. I'm less interested in whether he's being defensive or dodgy, or if his newfound accountability is performative. After all, I can never know that for sure, and I just be projecting like the rest of these knuckleheads. Only thing I talk about is how well I feel it was presented, regardless of whether it's genuine. I loved it. I love this stupid beat and him taking himself out back, hating himself, faulting himself on public display. You know I love that flagellant crap, bro. 7+, man.
5.
And I had to respect it because you've explained where you're coming from. Like, yeah, listen, it has a stench. of being performative. But like, I
The
love
fact is-
I love the
fact is,
melodrama. I
like-
love him like taking account of all these things. It's like, you egg Solange on and yay and B and Blue. What about Blue and Eric Benet? You know, like, all right, I was rocking with it though. It's because when I say theater, it's like it's a very funny opening scene to me. It's like a dark comedy. It's not like, if I was taking him seriously, and, you know, and I think that's part of the thing too from Jay-Z.
So
I
you're
think
telling
part
me
of-
you don't take him seriously right now?
I'm getting there. I think part of why I'm able to enjoy this is because I think it is an act. If I
I
felt
don't
he
have
was
that
being
switch
serious,
that I have with, like, you know how I have like this love for those like really weird, so bad they're funny Nas songs.
yeah,
I don't get that from Jay. Like, for some reason, like, I don't want Jay to do and say shit that like rubs me the wrong way. Like, I just have I don't know, like a different appreciation for Jay that like I can't enjoy him doing this stuff. Like, this is not who I respected. This is not who I listened to. This is someone different. And like you say, evolution, growth, whatever, like you're free to evolve, and I'm free to not like what you evolve into.
true. I'm just saying, I think what you're saying, I mean, based on where he's coming from in his past, his legacy, his career, I think part of that is in my brain as I process this. And there's this sort of disconnect where I'm like, I believe he's coming from a genuine place, but knowing where he's come from before, I'm always going to hear this as if like his tongue is in his cheek and he's hitting the beats. You know, it's like, all right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What you want me to say? I'm sorry.
I think people
You know?
like when Nas does those silly songs, I think people like they either love them or they hate them, but I think they all acknowledge that they're silly. And I think
Yeah.
what makes these songs difficult for me is that there are people out there that like think that this is really like emotional and stuff. And, like,
and right, no, this is
sincere.
why it's only a 7 for me. It's not like, oh my God, Jay-Z is bearing his soul and his accountability is so fresh. Like, come on, bro. I mean, I've heard more honest, more effective songs than this, but I think it's fine. Like, it's fine as an intro. It's fine for what he's trying to do on this album. I like the beat. I like
don't
how
care for the
goofy
beat.
and melodramatic
I
it
don't like the
sounds.
whole melodramatic tabloid bullshit that he's rapping about. I don't buy it. I'm not buying into this. And yet, I can say this: I don't dislike it. I'm just like
Yeah, you
fully
gave it a 5.
indifferent to everything. Yeah. I feel no ways towards it.
Now, this is how I'll end, okay? Because I think you're missing something here. Our theory we fleshed out in private was on display in a new way here.
I don't care. I don't like.
No. Hold on. You don't know where I'm going with this yet. You know how we realized that Jay-Z is always trying to tell people what to do?
Yes.
Okay. So hold on to that thought, because this is Mel from What Culture. From Rap Rankings. And this is 21 times Jay-Z told someone what to do. Number 1. Recently, Boozy. Jay-Z told Boozy to apologize to Dwayne Wade's daughter. Right?
Yep.
Number 2. Jay-Z told Travis Scott to not perform at the Super Bowl. Number 3. Jay-Z told Meek Mill, don't go to the White House to talk about prison reform. Number 4. Jay-Z told Amy Winehouse to stay with us. One of his funniest commands, by the way. Stay with us. Number 5. Jay-Z told Jermaine Dupri, don't work with the NFL. Number 6. Jay-Z told J-Lo not to go ahead with her kids in cages political statement she was going to make at the Super Bowl. Number 7. Jay-Z told Benny the Butcher, don't go on the XXL cover. Number 8. Jay-Z told DJ Premier to produce the entire Dynasty album, which he did not do due to what? Tour obligations?
Yeah.
But it's worth noting that he never rapped on another Primo beat again, right?
Yeah, I think from that point forward, you'll never hear Jay on a Primo beat ever again.
Yeah. He probably told him, oh, no problem, but he's been holding the grudge ever since. Number 9. Jay-Z told MIA to sign a settlement after her Super Bowl middle finger fiasco. Number 10. Jay-Z told Beyonce's mom to get a boy toy after her divorce. Number 11. Jay-Z told Hannibal Buress to be cool. I don't know what the context was. Don't know whether he just told him be cool. Number 12, Jay-Z told Roger Goodell to get Colin Kaepernick a workout. Now, this is speculation, right? Or was this confirmed? Chances are he did, because they were saying he was looking bad.
They were mad that he went to go do a partnership with the NBA.
He heard the rumblings on the street, and he was like, "Oh, I got to get my heat back. Yo, Roger, give him a workout, a quick little workout." So that's what happened. Number 13, Jay-Z told J. Cole to be patient with his debut album. Number 14, Jay-Z told Solange to shut the fuck up, reportedly, before the whole elevator thing. Number 15, Jay-Z told Troy Ave, keep doing your thing. You're representing the town. Number 16, Jay-Z told Hugo to go for it in response to Hugo's desire to do a 99 Problems cover. Number 17, Jay-Z told Freeway to step out of a photograph that they were taking in Philadelphia.
I remember that.
Number 18, Jay-Z told Kanye, don't criticize my family. That's valid. Number 19.
Way, the Freeway thing, I think it was when they announced the first Made in America festival.
Oh, man.
And people were praising Freeway at the time, like on rap Twitter. They were like, a good soldier knows always when to stand to the side when they're not needed. Like, they were like really like going like, yeah, like Freeway, it's the reason why Jay keeps him around. He knows his place,
Yeah, sure. Those were the Rock Nation hopefuls, like we were talking about.
Yeah, listen, they would hope one day to stand to the side.
Be told to stand out of the photograph, yeah. Number 19, Jay-Z told Fabulous, don't respond to Kendrick's Control verse for some reason.
Thank you, Jay-Z.
Yeah, here's another one. You may not be able to find this one online, but trust me, it happened because I was there. I remember. As you all know, or maybe you don't know, I'm from Peoria, Illinois. I'm a big University of Illinois fan. My dad's alma mater. They had a dreamlike run, their men's basketball program in 2004, 2005. They got all the way to the national championship and they lost to the University of North Carolina. After the game, Jay-Z went in the locker room and consoled them and told the team to keep their heads up. Nice of you, Jay. And lastly, number 21.
Now we know why you're pulling out sevens and whatnot on this album.
Yeah, because he had my guys' backs in their time of despair. Gotta love it. Jehovah.
Either that or he told you to give every song a 7 or higher.
I will not disclose that information. Lastly, number 21, Jay-Z told Angie Martinez to take better care of her unreleased Tupac records that she had. And then, bonus, he told people to help her do that. So she had them, where were they? She said she had them somewhere.
She had them in the laundry room in a box.
And he was like, oh no, that's no good. We got to get, come here, help Angie.
Like a flood.
Help Angie move this somewhere safe. You can't do this. You got to move the Pac records over there. What if it was Big? You wouldn't treat Big like this, right? And actually, I got a real bonus for y'all.
Okay,
lastly,
I got a bonus
here's
too,
someone.
now that I think about it.
Here's someone. Oh, okay. Well, you go first.
Okay. After the Rihanna Chris Brown incident, I recall that there was an embargo on like Jay wouldn't show up to an award show if Chris Brown was going to be in attendance.
Oh, so he told the award shows not to let. Basically, indirectly told them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. 21 and a half times then. And
we could do a 99.
Bonus. Yeah,
Because we could go through every single problem.
I got 99 commands. But
the
lastly,
problems stem from the commands that go unanswered.
Yeah, that's why you got 99 problems.
But a bitch, I would argue a bitch might be one at this point.
Listen, all these such weird commands, Jay-Z. But yeah, here's an example of someone telling Jay-Z what to do. Robert De Niro told him if someone calls you 6 times, you call them back. Because I guess Bob had been trying to call Jay, and Jay was just ignoring him. And so, yeah.
Sean,
Jay-Z's
it's Bobby, call me back.
Yeah,
Hey, Sean, it's Bobby. Give me a call back, all right? Bobby, it's Sean. Fuck. Sean, it's Bobby. Listen, I need that song for the fucking Tribeca. You know, it's coming up. I just hit me back and let me know what's going on. All right.
Listen, Sean, it's Bob. Look, if you don't pick up, it is what it is. When I see you, it is what it is. You know, all right. And he saw him. He pulled up on him. He pulled up on Jay at this party.
Listen, when you got to tell him. Listen, if someone calls you 6 times, call them back.
Call them back. That's good advice. You know, should he have had to tell Jay-Z that? No. You know, but apparently Jay-Z needs to be told that. So anyway, you may be wondering why I brought this up. Because this is what I think you missed in this song.
Okay.
Jay finally told himself what to do. And unfortunately, or fortunately, from an artistic standpoint, that thing was die. Because he says, nah, Jay-Z. Bye, Jay-Z. 7+.
But he died at the end of the 99 Problems video.
He did. He got shot up. Ooh, that was a traumatizing. Not traumatizing, but I was bothered by it as a kid.
There's no credibility to this. There's no continuity. There's no story. You know, there's no explanation in the story for why he's alive again to begin with.
Look, somebody pulled over one of them Griseldo guns talking about boo doo doo doo. But go watch that 99 Problems video, y'all. It's ridiculous.
If you can, it might only be available on Tidal.
It might be a Tidal exclusive. But yeah, I'm telling y'all what to do. Go do that up. And if you don't, that's fine. I'll just be what Jay always is when people don't listen to him. Disappointed. Look it up. Go Google it. Jay-Z disappointed. He's always disappointed. He was disappointed with Colin Kaepernick. He was disappointed with the mayor in Philadelphia that ejected Native Americans. He's disappointed, you know? He's disappointed. And you should know that's a problem. If Jay-Z says he's disappointed, things are coming. You don't want to disappoint Jay.
And yet, this album where he's supposed to be so honest and bearing his soul to the world, he's not telling us that he's disappointed in anyone.
Well, no, he's disappointed in himself.
I don't care. I don't care about him.
I love it. Rap rankings, folks. This is the discourse y'all need.
Maybe I'm the only Jay-Z fan man enough to admit I don't care about Jay-Z. I care about his music and if it's good or not.
Well, look. That's all I got to say about track 1. We just went like 33 minutes on track 1. Don't worry, folks. We're not going to go 33 minutes on every track. But we had to set the scene. It's set the stage. This is 4-4, baby. This is 4 for 4.
Yep.
You know, hold the mayo. Can we go on to track 2?
Go for it.
Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.